Is Tom Walsh here?
Yes.
Yes. Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Are you ready for it?
Yeah, you want to present,
Certainly.
you said?
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I'm Rick Heidner. Oh, my goodness.
I don't say.
My name's Rick Heidner. I own Ricky Rockets Fuel Centers. We've opened our first one over in Hoffman Estates on Barrington Road in Hassel. It's a project a fuel center, not just a gas station. And we would like to talk to you about. I've met with you already, Mayor, and talk to you about the corner of 147th and Cicero. I brought some things for the board to have so they can see everything, if that's okay. So what I'm looking to do is start some talks with the village to see if we can work together for me to develop that entire stretch that's on Harlem Avenue with Cicero, to put a Ricky Rockets Fuel Center, which will include a 130-foot car wash tunnel, diesel facilities for filling semi-trucks and work trucks. And then what I do is it's not just a convenience store or a food store with gas. It's an entire center that would be the one that I have in Hoffman Estates has Dunkin' Donuts, Subway, Domino's Pizza, and just to infill all that property going to the north on Cicero, starting at the corner and just working my way down. The one that I built in Hoffman Estates has been successful. It's a little too small. All the ones that I'm doing in the future are going to be much larger, like this one will be. The store itself will be in the probably the 14,000 square foot size. And then the center next to it, I'll probably be building around 12,000 square feet. So we'll start off with 26,000 square feet, and then we'll have separate diesel pumps, diesel facilities for trucks. Things that are very important that I learned from the first one is we definitely would need a liquor license for the Ricky Rockets, and then we would like to have the ability to have a few more liquor licenses as we're going down the street to facilitate more restaurants and places like that. I know there's a Subway right across the street. I've worked with Ozzy's Deli that I've talked to that would really like to follow me wherever I go with the Ricky Rockets. I welcome anyone to call the Village of Hoffman Estates, talk to the mayor, as I asked you to, so that you can see how happy they are with our facility and what we do. It's very much not like a normal place that you're sort of used to. It's a tremendous amount of glass. It's very inviting. It's very open, so people can see it from the street, from the pumps. I really spare no expense. I gave you one that I'm doing in East Dundee. It's about a $14.5 million project there. I spent $6.7 million on the one I did in Hoffman Estates. It's too small though. It's on 1.76 acres. All the rest that I do, I'm looking to do much larger. And I know we talked about somewhat of the truck parking. You know, that would be important, maybe at least in the beginning. And then as I would develop half the property to start with, and then continue to move further down Cicero, as I said, going north. My history is I was in the convenience store business since 1978. I started with 7-Eleven. I had 3 7-Elevens, went independent then with J.J. Pepper's food stores, sort of built that up. Got in the real estate side of things very heavily. I built over 50 centers. I own and still own a little under 200 properties. I have over 2 million square feet and 700 tenants. So what I can bring to the community is what I already have, you know. And this Ricky Rockets thing, I gave you the article from the Herald. You know, that was unsolicited. That was just a customer that came in that worked for the Herald, and he got it. Everybody seems to get it. People are very drawn to the place. They're very, you know, they feel good when they come there, and that was what I was trying to accomplish. So again, I definitely need help with your community in order to do this project, but it is definitely a spot that we would be very interested in going to. Any questions?
How many acres are you looking for?
I would want all the property, right from the corner all the way down.
17 acres?
16 acres.
Yeah, I would start and develop half of it and then just continue going north. I'm a developer. I've developed in the, you know, like I said, over 50 properties and about 200.
And
So
right
I
down the
feel-
street, I have a question. Right down the street, right to the south is a Thornton's.
Yes.
And what do you see as like that? I think the board would probably concur. We don't want to have one business start and put somebody else out of business.
I feel there's plenty of business here on Cicero, and being on 147th here with the east and west, they don't have a real diesel offering for people, which I think is something that's really important. And mine's a whole convenience center. It's gonna, you know, I believe we can be able to get Dunkin' Donuts here. The closest one that I can see is down Harlem. It's a little bit over, I'm sorry, down Cicero. It's a little bit over, sorry, not Harlem, too, looking there. On Pulaski too. But, you know, these are things that you can put inside the store or have on the outside. If you look at the ones that I have, you know, we have a Dunkin' Donuts in a separate building with the drive-through, you know, with the building with the Subway and the Domino's Pizza.
So you would already have a gas station that would move into your...
I'm the gas station. I'm Ricky Rockets Fuel Center. This is my project right here.
Or because the pictures say mobile.
It's a mobile, but it's a Ricky Rockets Fuel Center. It's only branded mobile. I can brand anything. Or I could be a Shell. There's a Mobile Close. I could be a, or actually at this point with the success that this one has had, you know, we even realize that we can go unbranded and not even put up a, you know, a branded model. So the plan is, you know, we're doing the one in East Dundee, it looks like. I gave you the plans for that one. We're doing the one in East Dundee, and we're planning on hopefully getting 5 done by the end of 2016, and then, you know, immediately going from 5 to 10, and then seeing where it takes us from there.
May I ask a question?
Sure.
Is your concept similar to what Delta Sonic did in Crestwood, just north of us on Cicero Avenue? With the exception of the diesel fuel?
You know, I will say they have a nice offering. They're more, I think they're more focused normally on car wash than the other part. But yeah, what they've done down there is very nice. You know,
and is that similar to what you have in your center?
You're welcome to see what I do.
Okay.
I think mine's a little bit nicer. It's basically a whole convenience center. A whole fuel center, not just a one thing. And you're welcome to pass that around.
When we had first met, you had mentioned that you knew Hamilton Partners, who is currently managing our property up there.
Correct.
Were you able to reach out to them?
I did reach out to them.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you, I got a little frustrated.
Okay.
When I called them, they basically, I normally do things, because when it's me, to be honest with you, things sometimes go crazy. You know, once somebody realizes I want something, then all of a sudden it goes a little bit nuts. So, you know, through my office, through my other entities, we put out that we were interested, we put in an offer, and they actually came back to us and told us exactly what we were doing, wanted a full price offer, wanted to come to you guys for the difference if I wanted it for any less, said they wanted the TIF money, and I got a little frustrated, and so I pulled my offer back and told them I wasn't interested at all. And it was only for that reason, you know, we're looking here and we're looking down in Crestwood. I prefer to be here if we can work things. But when, you know, when somebody tells you there's no such thing as what they said to me, except they took my concept and then they basically told me they were going to shop it. And it was very frustrating for me.
So you're saying the company we have representing us for that property?
I don't believe they were representing you. They were representing whoever owns the corner.
They represent both
They
of us.
they represent both.
Well, I don't, you know, I'm not used to someone telling me my own business, you know, and when I didn't tell them what I was going to do. I just said I was interested in the corner, and they came back telling me what I was going to do, telling me who I was, telling me, you know, telling me that we together were going to go see if I could do what I want. And we together were going to go and see how much money I could get to give. You know, I offered them $2 million, you know, and they came back at 2.8, you know, blah, 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 blah. So I pulled my offer back, but I figured we're going to start here. If I have to put in a full price offer now, I could, you know, maybe they'll raise it 200 then because they know it's me. I can't tell you.
Can I ask you, when you made that offer, was that just for the hard corner, the privately owned parcel?
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
that wasn't for the entire 16 acres?
No, but I had already came and met with the mayor and talked to her about, you know, the whole thing, you know.
Okay, so you are interested in purchasing all 16 acres?
Correct, correct. Because I'd like to control what's going down there too, and to add things that would be complementary to the whole center. Again, originally when I talked to the mayor, I talked to her just about probably developing about half of it, using the second half as semi-truck parking, because it creates a community of customers. And I've gotten some feedback that that might not be something that you guys would be in love with. So, you know, if I can get that maybe a little bit in the beginning to help me pay for some things and then just keep moving down. Again, you know, Cicero Avenue up to 147th Street's good retail area. And I feel like I'm just continue to go down. I can build 25,000 square feet starting right off the bat and get that. I'm a big part of it, number one. Number two, I have people that'll follow me that'll just fill that space right in. As we start getting busy and busy and busy, it's no problem for me to continue going down the block. But this is a very, very expensive, very, very high line, very, very, this is not a, you know, $2 or $3 million project. You know, this is a $15 million project to start.
Do you have a commitment to Dunkin' Donuts at all these?
I have Dunkin' Donuts who wants to follow me in all of these, and sometimes there's going to be a restriction because whoever has a Dunkin' Donuts close is going to say, you're too close, and then they have to do a study, cost $10,000, and you know, it's up to Dunkin' Donuts to say yes or no. If I go to put it inside the store, if they say and the other one's too close, really the one that's over on Pulaski is going to be, that's really far. You know, that's 8 blocks to the east, and you're really 8 or 9 blocks to the north too.
You couldn't get a Starbucks?
I was going to say Starbucks.
We definitely can look at Starbucks too. And to be honest with you, I welcome anyone to go to Barrington and Hassel. It's literally right off of 90. at Barrington Road, and I drove it, you know, because I went that way. So it's just, it's the first light to the south, and just look at the whole thing. So we have Starbucks right next door. We have Dunkin' Donuts. And again, people, for me, you know, I don't own the Dunkin' Donuts. I lease to them. I get a franchisee. There's some pictures of their stores, the Subway store. And, you know, I have people in the industry that said, Rick, are you crazy? Are you crazy spending this kind of money on a gas station? Are you crazy? I kept telling them it's not a gas station, it's a fuel center. This is my new concept, my new idea. And I put my money where my mouth was. And I don't own the Dunkin' Donuts, a franchisee takes that. I don't own the Subway, a franchisee takes that. But I sacrifice coffee in my store in order to get what I'm looking for, which is an entire fuel center again.
But to keep everybody happy, and the Starbucks.
I definitely
you know.
would pursue Starbucks, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I definitely can tell you, if Starbucks rents from me in at least a half a dozen places, okay? So I have contact with Starbucks, I definitely, but I actually could have Dunkin' Donuts and then half a block down, or literally the next building could be a Starbucks. I can't make them come here, that would be their decision,
Right.
but I would be very open to having a Starbucks.
Yeah.
Very open to having a Starbucks.
And just so you know, we did have that property appraised.
Okay.
We had all 16 acres appraised. And that was this summer, because we had people kicking at the tires over there.
Mhm.
So we do have some appraisals.
Okay. Well, you know, I've been talking down the street too. I don't want to be across the street from Speedway. You know, that's a caveat for me. I do feel I lose some traffic coming, I'm just going to be honest, you know, I feel like I'm losing some traffic coming from the north to the south by the time you leave Midlothian Road and you get to here. And that was a little bit of a concern of mine, but I don't really want to be across from the Speedway. That's another one I'm looking at. I prefer to be here. This is way more expensive than I can do something down there. But I prefer to be here if I can be. You know, if we could work together. I'm obviously, I know it's a TIF district, I'm going to need some help, you know, we could figure it out as we go along, but I just wanted to show you who I am, what I have, what I would like to do, and then I'd like to work quickly, or I'd like to go on the street. So,
Is your current place in Hoffman Estates, is it in an intersection?
it is. It's Barrington and Hassel. I have gas stations close to me too. You know, I have a BP Amico that there's my Ricky Rockets, there's my retail center, then there's the center with the Starbucks in it right next to me, and then there's a BP Amico on Higgins, which is a real main intersection.
Are you close to residential areas at all?
I am.
So diesel fuels is an issue?
I have diesel here, but I don't have the diesel like I'm looking for. Here, this is a big property, so we shouldn't have any problem with that at all.
Will there be like parking overnight trucks or just fueling up?
So originally, when I came and talked to the mayor, of the project I'm doing in East Dundee actually has a tremendous amount of truck parking. To me, it really enhances and gets people that are using the trucks to be there. Again, I was getting the feedback that it wasn't something you guys were really looking for me to, I wanted to take half the property, make it all truck parking, and half the property develop it with a much larger than I already have already. But now, you know, I'd like to go further down and just continue to do the retail. So I'd like to get some truck parking in the beginning, and maybe we get some kind of time frame where I have to continue to develop. So in this case, there's 1,400 spaces. And again, I'm spending, you know, in this case, just for the original project, it's going to be probably in the $14–15 million range. We generate a lot of taxes, a lot of sales tax, a lot of fuel tax and things.
When's the book going to be like?
We have it. Can I have the book? I'll show you.
Yes,
I mean, the problem is with empty, for how many years now, we haven't made a dime in the city, or nobody's made a dime on it, you know? The competition's great, so, you know, sitting there empty is not doing, not making nobody money. So if he's, you know, gonna do something with it, we should be open our hands up, you know? Because it's
again,
ridiculous, a joke what we're talking about here. Actually,
normal,
this and that, you know, been empty for how long now? 7, 8 years? We never made a dime on that property.
a normal gas station is $2 to $3 million. This is not normal. This is something. Now, you know, again, I feel people are really drawn to it. Everything I really thought that I was trying to achieve, I did achieve. You know, the bathrooms are super clean. The place is very open space. Again, I put the Dunkin' Donuts because I knew it would draw more people. You could see, I'm very proud of that. And you're going to get this
Plus.
plus.
And you've
You're
got
gonna get it bigger.
landscaping, you've got
Oh,
landscaping
gorgeous,
here.
absolutely.
It
We
doesn't look like a
decorate
truck-
for
it doesn't
Christmas.
look like a
No,
truck
no,
stop.
no. It's
It
a
doesn't.
fuel center. You're gonna come there and you're gonna get amenities. And the car wash, when I built that car wash, that's a 110-foot tunnel. I told the guys, I says, because again, I live here, you know. I wanted the diesel fuel for my RV. We like Dunkin' Donuts. My kids like Subway. We took the things that were important to us and we wanted, and we put it there. And
Are you open to any fun businesses coming in? I mean, you're talking about Starbucks, and, I mean, we've already got the Dunkin' Donuts, and we've already got the Subway and stuff. I mean, other businesses that come in
Definitely.
and say to you, I will, you
Definitely.
know, so we can kind of change our image.
and, you know,
here in the book.
And again, when you look at this, you can see I spare no expense. Everything you see here, you will have and more, okay? So this is the minimum you have. The car wash, for an example, I told the guys when they built the car wash, I want the car clean. I don't care what it takes. So they came back to me and I said, whatever you think, I want it to be spectacular. They came back, and for an example, your rims and things like that. I know you have Delta Sonic. You know, that's a longer, process and stuff. So when they came in and I said, okay, this is what you have, I go double it. Double the sprayers on the wheels, double the brushes on the wheels. I want every rim to be clean, So, and this is a 110-foot tunnel. I'll do a 130-foot tunnel.
How many employees?
Just in my store, okay, with the size of the store I want to build here, we'll have in the 25 employee range total. At this one particular one I have 14. It's a much smaller store. It's 4,200 square feet.
What would the tax revenue be approximately, did you know?
In this particular area, in this particular one, the Village of Hoffman Estates, their end is $25,000 a month. That's their end, when you add up all the taxes that they get.
This would be much, much larger.
And the fuel, it's amazing, it amazes me, to be honest with you, In that particular one, in the Ricky Rockets, we do $1 million a month right now in sales. The first 320,000 isn't taxed, because it's all taxed. It's all fuel tax and federal tax and this and that. And then I pay another 65,000 in sales
So how much
tax.
revenue annually will it bring to the
So roughly, it doesn't work.
This one should be more than that one.
And again, a lot of that would be, it's in the TIF district,
Yeah, it's a
that
plus and
factors in,
minus.
and I think, so really, there's a lot of unknowns. We'd have to continue dialogue with the
Right.
board.
Right.
The attorney would have to be involved,
Definitely.
and again, it's a TIF district, and that factors into.
But a tip runs out, and
It
then
does,
you
right,
get,
right.
whatever.
Right, right.
Obviously I need help if I'm
But-
going to spend this kind of money and.
And we understand that, but probably have to.
But what I can tell you is, I have the experience. I've been in the convenience store business since 1978. I built a small chain of convenience stores called J.J. Pepper's Food Stores, and I stopped many years ago and went really heavy into the real estate. That's how I acquired, the 200 buildings and built all these things. And now this is definitely, my baby, my spectacular thing. And I don't build and sell, I just don't do that. So I'll be keeping this.
Well, like I had told you when we first met, the number one big stumbling block we have with Cicero Avenue properties is we don't own the hard corner. That is a stumbling block. It has been a stumbling block since I became the mayor. I have been trying to work with the hard corner owner since I got sick. And and he is not the easiest to deal with. And so I actually tried to give him some of this information, and he has not yet returned my phone calls or anything, because I wanted to see how his feedback would be toward this project.
Well, I mean, basically, they came back and told me they'll sell it for $2.8 million.
Right, well,
Not a
that's
penny.
been his asking price since I became mayor. And so I reached out to him to see if maybe he would sway a little bit, and I haven't heard back from him.
Oh, well,
So I am working on that.
At $2.8 million, I don't think he could say no, but you never
Right.
know.
Exactly.
I have a question.
Yes.
With the TIF money, is there any way that you can make that corner part of that TIF or to help out our creek situation? With the creeks, like, can you use that? No?
So, no.
I was just asking.
Yeah, I don't believe so.
Okay.
Thank you.
I appreciate it, thank you.
Oh, we have one more question over here.
Okay.
Yes.
Are you going to have video gaming?
Video gaming would be important, you know, to any truck stop or gas station or retail center or anything that you do now. So the answer would be definitely something we'd be looking for, yes.
What will happen with the water tower plans?
We would have to relocate the water tower.
I definitely would like my that back, treasure that. That's what I'm very, very proud of. Oh, and if you get out to the gas station, you know, give us. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.